Mimir, I never asked how it felt to lose your head.
What would you have me say? That it tickled?
Merely curious.
If you wish to derive some satisfaction from my pain, I'm afraid you'll be disappointed. Kratos swung swift and true, didn't you, brother? I felt nary a scratch.
Shame.
Freya, how did your brother come to be burned by the Aesir?
Well, he was trying to improve relations with them by sharing our magic. Vanir techniques for bountiful harvests, enough to feed their whole population. Getting set on fire was the thanks he got.
It's true. The Aesir were too undisciplined and impatient for the subtlety of Vanir spellcraft. So when things went wrong, they blamed their teacher.
So Freya was a guest when Odin burned him.
Not exactly. Odin didn't mind locking Freya up. He saw the potential of the magic and wanted to know more than how to improve crop yields. It was a mob of lesser Aesir, bitter and short-sighted, who tied him up and lit him aflame as punishment for the sabotage they imagined him guilty of. Obviously, he survived. In fact, he used the opportunity to escape. But such an affront made war inevitable.
Freyr certainly wasn't the same after that. At least for a while. His carefree ways were replaced with nightmares, paranoia, and lashing out. It doesn't excuse what he said at my wedding, but I do understand where his anger came from.
Freya, there's something I've always wanted to ask. What was it Hrimthur whispered to you?
Who?
Hrimthur, the son of Thormur, the stonemason, who disguised himself and built Asgard's wall.
Oh, yes. One of the many occasions Odin saw fit to involve me in a wager without my consent. I wish I could say that was the worst of his husbandly habits.
What wager?
I've told this story, brother.
And now she may tell her own. But we will speak of this later.
We don't have the equipment for this.
Despite his actions in Midgard, Atreus does still care for you.
I know. I raised a son, too. It may be hard to believe, but he was quite similar to Atreus at this age. He adored his father, always wanted to do right by him, and was constantly frustrated that no matter what he did, he never could seem to get his approval. He confided in me a lot, sought the comfort his father withheld. I wonder if your son could benefit from that, too.
He has befriended the other dwarf. The blue one's brother.
Oh. Well, if Sindri has that covered, I suppose there's no need for me in his life anymore, is there?
That is not what I meant.
That was sarcasm.
Now, if we could get back to the story of Hrimthur, the stonemason's son. I was hoping to get Freya's version of what happened.
There isn't that much to tell. I knew nothing of it at first, surely because Odin didn't expect to lose the bet. A mysterious mason had to build the entire wall in 3 turns of the season.
2! It was 2!
And if he was late, he'd be owed nothing. But if he succeeded, he was promised an audience with the queen. Or so I learned one day when Odin burst into our bedchambers, raging and half-drunk before noon, telling me to get dressed and go see what the mason wants.
Enough talk for now. Be ready.
Please, come Come back when you have my cure.
That brazier. Maybe it could help with those vines. Well done. What did you find?
As you asked.
A Noken song. Be wary.
Must stop that Noken from singing!
Behind you, brother! Watch your right!
Behind you, look out!
Watch your left! On your right!
Yelpa!
On your left!
It's unstable! Get back!
Did you recognize her? The sickly spirit.
No. There was a time I could recall the face of every one of my people, but sometimes I wonder if gods live too long.
I once felt the same.
Good. I need only one more ingredient for the cure.
And then what?
Then I fix things.
Anything illuminating?
could be useful. There must be a way to transfer the fire from one side to the other. Maybe we could use sigil arrows on the chandelier. Transfer the fire that way. Looks like that worked. Well, that did it. That's everything I need. Let's return to the Sixth Spirit.
You would cure the dead.
I promised I would take care of my people.
You do not even remember her. Nor she you.
And
Let us return to the spirit.
Have you finally...
We have collected the plans.
Could this be? I feel my vitality returning to me. I feel... Freya.
I am here.
I knew you would return. Even as the doubters cursed your name.
Thank you. But it's time to rest. You have earned it.
Thank you, my queen. I am tired indeed.
Shall we continue?
Yes. You know, I would have beaten you.
What?
Earlier, if Atreus hadn't been there.
Perhaps.
We could go again, find out for certain.
I would rather not.
I'll bet you wouldn't.
Freya, can we return to your story of Thor? You said if he built Asgard's wall in time, he was promised an audience with you.
Yes, and built it he did. So, off I went, not knowing what had truly been promised or expected. Dagger stashed in my robe for emergency.
And we'll just stop there for now.
Find that orb yet?
Sure, I'm open. Wait, feels like there was something else.
Learn anything?
Hey, I'll take those Kvasir poems off you. Sometimes I like to get gushed. Try to make heads or tails of them. You won't get so much as a paper cut in that. Hitting the road or chewing the fat?
Switching! Incoming above you!
the left!
Above you! Incoming!
What utter foolishness.
What is wrong?
I died. And you will help me.
Of course, Gunhild. But to what end?
When the Einherjar came, we needed a way to fight back. I suggested Seidr magic.
I understand your desperation, but that was foolish.
Clearly. I was lucky enough to be murdered before my mind could be corrupted, as theirs did. You must free them.
Of course. Seidr magic corrupts so ruthlessly. Those poor souls must be in agony.
Then we shall give them death.
Hey, hot stuff. Remember, I need that orb.
My friends' souls are still twisted, aren't they? Give them the freedom of death.
An armor piece bearing Lunda's brand. Shame it's broken. Nice bit of work otherwise.
Then why leave it?
You suspicious of her, brother?
If the orb she seeks is important, she would not have left it behind.
Perhaps.
Must be Seidr this way. We'll need to find another way around.
spray and whatnot.
Now, how do we get up there, I wonder?
We can't. Not with those vines in the way. I think we can burn those vines from here. These bridge supports look sturdier. We'll have to find a way to the other side to lower it.
Y'all still looking for the orc?
Waterfalls. We're close. There should be a gate up ahead.
That's quite a gate. Don't suppose you know a way through?
The Pilgrim Gate. I can open it. We just need to find the right vantage point.
Getting back to your story, Freya. You were forced to grant an audience after the building of Asgard's wall, yeah?
That's right. And this mason, this giant in disguise,
His name was Hrimthur.
he just smiled to see me. And as you said, he whispered in my ear. He said the Aesir had killed his father, and he needed to know that one day they'd burn for it. I pointed out I was Aesir now too, technically. He gave me a look, as if he somehow knew better, and continued. He said he'd built in a structural flaw behind the Asgard Realm Tower.
I knew it! How do we make use of it?
We don't. He said Surtur would know what to do. And if Surtur's approaching Asgard's wall,
Then it is already Ragnarok.
Aye, blast it. I hoped it might have given us another way. You're on fire, Kratos! It will pass!
ecosystem. It's out of balance. Look, the door's held shut by that counterweight. We lower it, the door will open. That was the last of the poison. Despite everything, the garden survives. Because of us.
All is desolation. A fitting fate.
Astrid. No.
This mentions a spell that puts trolls to sleep, and a magic relic that acts as a sort of counterspell.
The family crest of Henir. Poor man. Break that chain, and it'll lower the counterweight.
Nothing can grow from scorched soil. No hope can spring from... Freya! You return!
Astrid, what happened to you? To your garden?
The Einherjar. My life's work, rotted. My monument to your glory, reduced to this. I am sorry, my queen.
You need never apologize to me, old friend.
I swore to keep this garden in bloom until you return. To live forever amongst its putrescence. A just punishment.
Well, that's lucky. We already destroyed all the totems poisoning our garden. Glad to see that still works. Looks like more of Lunda's old armor. Nearly have the complete set now.
When my garden blooms, so will I.
Can you see if there's a way inside while you're up there?
The land. It's alive again.
Your garden grows again.
Freya, how did you...
It's okay, Astrid. It's time to move on.
Thank you, goddess. I do love you.
And I you.
You've done a great kindness.
A temporary one. The garden will die again.
All things do. That is no reason not to try.
What's it say, brother?
Hi. Look, over there. Do you regret it, Mimir?
Most likely. What are we talking about in particular?
Giving up your body?
I regret exchanging my life for my freedom. That's a question I ask myself.